In 2007, in the town of Fort Scott, Kansas, the Lowell Milken Center opened its doors to the world.
The Lowell Milken Center discovers, develops, and communicates the stories of unsung heroes in history. We show the power of one person to change the world. We teach respect and understanding of all people regardless of race, religion, and creed, and believe that a student or a child can reach over the walls of bias and prejudice that adults could never attempt to reach over.
By working on projects about unsung heroes who made an impact on the world, students learn about history and the world around them in an engaging, rewarding, and academically rigorous way. This kind of learning can be transforming.
It's like it took a hold of us and we couldn't quit. We wanted to know more.
Megan Felt was a student in Norm Kennard's history class in 1999 when she and 3 others began researching a project about Irina Sendler, a Catholic nurse in Poland who had saved over 2,500 Jewish children from the Nazis. The students wrote and performed a play called Life in a Jar.
He who saves one person can save the world entire. I cannot stop.
They toured extensively, touching thousands of audience members everywhere. The media and the world began to take notice until finally nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize 1 year before her death at the age of 98, Irina Sendler was unsung no longer.
I can only follow the need of my heart.
In another classroom project, 2 students began investigating the forced integration in 1957 of Little Rock's Central High School. What they discovered were 2 unsung heroes behind civil rights icon Elizabeth Eckford.
We saw a film in class that portrayed Elizabeth Eckford and all that she went through to try and go to Central High School. And I decided I wanted to do a project on her. I was able to find her. She still lived in Little Rock, and we were able to go down there and interview her.
When she was asked if any of the students were kind to her, she said there were 2. Ken Reinhardt and Ann Williams, we were both in her speech class. We started receiving threatening and insulting phone calls. Many of them would start out with, "I suppose you're proud of your nigger-loving son." And my dad would say, "I sure am," and hang up.
Even after you learn what the repercussions were, you continued to be yourself. You continued your bravery. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
What impacted me the most from working on this project was more along the lines of the character that Kendall Reinhardt stood for and how I could use that as an example in my own life.
One person can make that difference.
Research continues on hundreds of projects that are just as diverse, reaching thousands of schools and students in all 50 states and in many countries.
The center not only encourages educators around the world to engage their students in project-based learning, it also provides the expert advice and background materials that are needed to successfully implement the projects with their students.
In addition to a full-time staff of project developers, award-winning educators serve as national fellows who learn how to carry the center's mission into their classrooms.
For teachers, once they see the power of the project-based learning, of seeing the authentic skills that take place as part of the project, there's no turning back. It's real learning that's taking place, and that's very, very powerful for children and for teachers.
Therese Fair's iconic photograph of David Kirby, duly known as the photo that changed the face of AIDS, was a major turning point in the fight for AIDS awareness and the fair treatment of AIDS victims.
For the general public, there's an ongoing exhibit space which draws in visitors from across the country each year.
We also have expanded to Lowell Milken Center Europe. We now have a base out of southern Poland where a teacher is working with teachers and students all over Europe developing projects featuring unsung heroes.
I think the values that we are promoting here at the center are so crucial to teach young people that yes, you need to step up and accept responsibility to improve the lives of other people.
By using history's unsung heroes to reflect and reveal our common humanity, the Lowell Milken Center stands as an invaluable resource in a world that can always be repaired through respect and understanding.